Thank you for joining Pisces. This is Tarot in White Oracle, where we get into the cloud and see what we see. And this is your twin flame journey, longer video, deep dive. So if you did not see our short, please go there and you can look at the current energy of Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. At this juncture, we are focusing more on the twin flame or soul twin connection. However, if you are in a soulmate or soul tribe connection, it can also resonate for you. Just know that the Divine Masculine reading is here, Divine Feminine is here. This is two energies within one soul, but having two different experiences in two different bodies. If you are a soulmate or a soul tribe connection, this is your Divine Masculine and Feminine within the same soul, within the same body, same experience. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into it. While I was meditating, I was seeing postage letters going through the mail. So maybe some of you will be receiving letters or postage from your person or something that's really important that's going to help your spiritual evolution or the union of this Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine relationship. For others of you, I was seeing just falling through a black abyss. Maybe you feel like everything is just falling through your fingers, you can't hold on to things, you're not having enough. I was getting that energy from the feminine in the short with our current energy. And it might be feeling like you're in the dark, you're having a dark night of the soul moment where you're just trying to grapple through what's happening. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to go into the communications, the mind space and heart space first, and then we're going to dive into the soul journey itself. So what is the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine doing in terms of communications for this next 7 to 10 days? The Divine Masculine, if you're in no contact, silence, or simply separation, is the Divine Masculine going to be contacting? What is on his communications space? And okay, so for the masculines, we do get that he is feeling like he's wanting to invest. He's wanting to text or communicate in the next 7 to 10 days, but he's feeling like he's not ready to be emotionally vulnerable. He's feeling emotionally closed up and not wanting to expose himself or be vulnerable emotionally. And so this might prevent him, if he is communicating, it might prevent him from just being more fully honest or letting you know where he's at, what he's feeling, how he feels for you, or he might just not communicate at all because he's feeling kind of blocked emotionally. Let's see what we're getting for our Divine Feminines. So remember, this is for the next 30 days, or sorry, this is going to be for the next 7 days. The soul journey is going to be for the next 30, but right now we're just reading for the next 7 days. The next 7 days of energy, possibly 10, for the Divine Feminine in communications. So if you're a cross-watching masculine, you might be wondering about your Divine Feminine, and is she going to be communicating? Let's see if we can get an energy for Divine Feminine. Okay, so she's also feeling blocked. She's feeling maybe disempowered. So this is our Ace of Cups reversed, and this is our Daughter of Wands, which is our Page of Wands, and this is also reversed. So in the upright, this energy is very much wanting to open up emotionally, wanting to express emotionally, have a new chapter perhaps on where you guys are heart to heart. And this is also this is like my girl on fire energy where she's feeling empowered, passionate, motivated, but both of these energies are in the reverse. So for the next 7 days, the Divine Feminine might be feeling blocked as well. Like she's not really sure if she wants to open up with you because she's feeling that you're blocked and not wanting to express to her. She might be feeling like, you know, she wants to communicate, but she's feeling blocked from doing that. She's feeling maybe not as motivated to communicate. And so you might not hear from her. So it does look like there's a lot of blocked energy happening, but I do get that on the masculine side, He does want to invest in this communication. He wants communication to take place. He's probably just not sure how much or what to say. And the feminine is feeling unmotivated, and she's feeling blocked herself because she's picking up on the masculine's energy in terms of what it is that he's not doing. So let's go ahead and let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's go into our mind space for our divine masculine, our divine masculine's mind space. What is on his mind about the divine feminine for our Pisces twin flames, soul twin connections, also soulmate and soul tribes? What do we have for our divine masculine? Okay, so the mind space, he is, wow, I'm not taking all of that. In the mind space, he is thinking about the commitment. So our Son of Pentacles is our Knight of Pentacles. He's thinking about the offer, about what can he do to offer something real, something grounded, stable, secure to the divine feminine. This is, approaching with grounded, earthly energy. He's basically saying, I want a commitment here, and I'm thinking about how to do that, what to do. So let's go ahead and look and see what's in the mind space of our divine feminine. So if you are a masculine or feminine cross-watcher, this will give you information about your counterpart. If you are a soulmate or soul twin, remember that, if you're a soulmate or soul tribe, remember that both of these energies represent one. So to be clear, if you're in a soul twin connection, which is twin flame, this is your divine masculine, divine feminine. If you are in a soul mate or soul tribe, so if you're in a soul tribe connection, generally that means family, friend, business partner, but it can also be romantic, but usually might have a lot of karmic or drama things too. You might feel past life tied to them. Soulmate generally is a lot more peaceful, but you can have karmic soulmates as well. But those are different from twin souls or twin flame connections. So if that's what you're in, then this is your person's energy altogether, okay? So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into the divine feminine. So in her mind space, we are seeing that she is thinking a lot about the connection, about the memories, the history, all the time together. If you guys have a past life, she's probably feeling that very strongly as well. She is thinking a lot about you. Let's go ahead and go into our heart space. What is in the heart space of our divine masculine for our Pisces for our next 7 days? Our Pisces energies, Pisces divine masculines. What is in his, heart space, and what is in the heart space of the divine feminine? Okay, so in the heart space of the divine masculine, we do get a sense of wanting to solidify those soul contracts. This is a very strong card in spirituality. It's soul contracts, it's spiritual commitments. Like the masculine knows, he can feel very strongly that spiritual tie that he has to you, that soul tie. And he's thinking about how he can manifest this. In his heart, he wants to manifest this. This is grounding energy above and below. So it's like, I'm taking that energy that I feel in the heavens that we have soul to soul, and I want to ground it here on earth. But, so in his heart space, he's trying to figure out how to do that. In his mind space, he's going through the logistics, the practical side of it. Like, how can I make this happen? This also has to do with, boundaries and the rules, the structures around things. And so this is really beautiful energy in his mind and heart that he's trying to manifest. For the feminine, we do get the judgment, the last judgment card. So a lot of times this has to do with, like, she doesn't know what's coming. She can't see what's coming. She's trying to surrender to the powers that be. She's trying to surrender to the process. trust the universe, trust God. You know, it's that kind of energy. In her heart, she's like, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what to expect here, but I'm trying to surrender to it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we get for... Now we're going to dive into our soul journey. So that's just a little bit of information about communications, mind, and heart. And now we're going to dive into the soul part of our journey for the divine masculine and divine feminine. So this is going to be for the next 30 days. And we're going to draw a little bit differently for this energy. So this is going to, we have an 11-part question that we dive into. So our first question is, what is the third energy created between the divine masculine and divine feminine? So whenever divine masculine and divine feminine come together, twin flames come together, as soon as they meet, a third energy is created. And this is for the benefit of the collective, to lift consciousness, to lift the energetic vibe upward. And so there are a lot of twin flames, more so since the 1940s, after World War II, during World War II timeframe until now. Because on a soul level, the immaterial world is trying to lift the energy of the collective currently on Earth, which is falling very low. So a lot of twin flames are showing up, more so than usual. So for the third energy that's being created to help the collective, the female is bringing in the 8 of Wands, which is all about victory, strength, your connection to God, between you and God, you and the heavens, your relationship with the divine, and just having a sense of surrender to the divine and victory in your life and victory with the things that you're charging toward. The masculine is bringing in the energy of awareness around avoidance and ignoring things and withdrawal. And so together, this is a sense of conquering that avoiding energy, the ignoring energy, the withdrawing energy. God is dropping a cup of gold and this person is ignoring it, right? They're withdrawing from it. And so together, this is bringing an awareness to the collective of all the amazing things that are being brought down to you from the heavens that you need to take a look at, that you need to, instead of thinking that you have nothing and that you're in a state of scarcity, focusing on all the things that you do have, because when you do, more things are given to you. And the more you're grateful, the more that energy comes back to you. And so this is really victory over the mindset that I have nothing and I'm just going to ignore whatever is in front of me, or avoid and not deal with it. And so that's a beautiful third energy that this combination of Pisces are bringing into the energy within the next 30 days for the collective. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into our lessons. So what kind of lessons do we have for our two groups here? Why are our divine feminine and divine masculine in the current energy that they're in? So we do get a sense of the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. So this energy is all about learning. So this energy is not having fun. This is not celebratory. It can also be about not engaging in third-party situations or being loyal or, committed to a person. So the experiences that the masculine is having, where he is criticizing himself, not feeling good about himself, and so he's needing to prove his worth by battling it out in the world and working hard. These are external ways of proving yourself, proving your worth, proving you're good enough. And so part of the lesson is in knowing that you have people around you that have your back. Sources there and has your back, your friends and family, and you also have your own back, and that you are worthy, that you don't have to engage in external things like drinking too much and going out and partying, and you don't have to fight and battle and work hard to be enough, to know that you are loved, because Source is always there for you and always has got you and loves you fully. So the lessons for the feminine side, for clarity on why is she in this current energy? Well, this is the Eight of Swords and it's in the inverse. So she might be having a sense of, so in the upright, she's feeling very restricted, or like, I need this solution. I need to solve this problem and I don't know how, or I'm restricted. I don't have enough. I'm feeling like I'm trapped in a situation, right? So in the reverse, she's freeing herself up from the ties around her. She's freeing herself up from believing that she doesn't have enough or that she's restricted. She's freeing herself up from that mindset, because this is being trapped in your mind in a belief of that you're rejected, you have very little. And her energy in the current state is not showing up authentically and believing that she's not wanted, or she doesn't have enough money, or she has to hold on tightly and be greedy and can't give to others because she won't have enough for herself. And so really this energy is all about, she's going through this process so that she can learn to not put those restrictions on her mind, to retrain the way that she thinks. And so this is why she's going through the lessons that she's going through. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information about what each will be going through in the next 30 days. So the masculine is learning a lot about just working through his battles. And by the end of the 30 days, he's going to be learning that he can let it go, that he can put it down. He's learning about persistence. He's learning about commitment to the process and all the hard work that's needed, and all the blood and sweat and tears are for something. There's a purpose for it. And it's to make him more resilient and strong, and to move with purpose and persistence through the hard times. And so the next 30 days is all about solidifying that. For the feminine, we do get the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is the most powerful card in the deck to me. It is the lightest energy, the closest to heaven. It's filled with potential and possibility. And so when she frees her mind from restriction, she will be completely empowered, and she will see that when she taps into her spirit, her source, when she is aligned with the divine, she has limitless ability to do anything she wants, within and without, internally and externally. So these are the lessons that she's learning. She's learning about her internal power. She's learning about how to free her mind from worldly restrictions. So let's go ahead and let's dive into challenges. What is our divine masculine and divine feminine facing in terms of challenges? We do get the Sun. So the masculine's challenge is all about bringing to awareness all the things that he is hiding within himself. So really looking at those things and bringing to his mind, his conscious mind, all those things that he doesn't want to face or look at, all those truths, maybe hard truths. For the divine feminine, we do get our Five of Swords. So for her, the challenge is internal. She has a lot of cards showing up about internal conflicts, internal restrictions. She's restricting herself in her own mind. And so this is like being on a mind loop of negative thinking. And so the challenge for her is to get out of this negative thinking, to stop restricting herself and to tap into her power. So let's go ahead and see what we get for advice. Advice from above to us here below. We do get the King of Cups. So the masculine's encouragement is to really pay attention to his emotions, to really learn to tap into what he's feeling and maybe why he's feeling it, to be more emotionally open with himself, vulnerable with another person, with his divine feminine in particular, because this is a growth process for both spiritually and emotionally. And in being more emotionally open with himself and with his divine feminine, he will gain more clarity around what it is that he needs to be doing, what his soul path is, what the connection truly is for, the purpose, and be able to bring it into union. What we get for the feminine in terms of advice is all about celebrating with your family and friends and spending time with the people who love you and who show up for you, and to not be spending too much time alone or in isolation. So it's an advice and encouragement for the feminine to get out and about into the world. What do we see for our fears? So in our fear space, we do have a strong sense of moving forward, the camaraderie between two people. So the masculine does fear that maybe the feminine doesn't want to move forward with him, or maybe he's given her the wrong impression because he's not communicating as well, and fearing that maybe she doesn't want to partner with him or do life with him and move forward. And it's those steps forward, it's that movement forward and the uncertainty about that. You can see at the very bottom that we have that symbol of infinity, and it's that internal eternal link that he can feel here. And there's a certain amount of fear around maybe she won't want to do that forward momentum with me on that eternal level. So we do have from the divine feminine, the hopes is that the King of Cups will show up, which is exactly what we have in the advice for the masculine. So the masculine is hiding his emotions, right? He's not being vulnerable because this is the advice card. And for her, she's hoping, because she's fearing that he isn't going to show up. She's fearing that his emotions aren't going to be open or honest or vulnerable, and that he isn't going to show up for her, or that he won't be an emotional support for her, because she needs and wants that emotional support, and she fears that maybe he won't be. So the advice, of course, is for him to learn how to tap into that, because that's needed in a divine connection. So that was our fears and our hopes. So the hope for the divine masculine, of course, is to heal the wounded heart, the abandonment wound, to not feel the pain that he may have had either in this relationship or a relationship prior that was about the wounding, the brokenness of life. And so he's hoping that he'll be able to overcome that abandonment wound. The hope that we get from the divine feminine is the star. She's really focused on the divine timing, the fate, the destiny. Her hope is that this is fated, this is destiny, and that everything will come to pass, what is supposed to come to pass, and in the right timing. So what do we get for the hidden from you? So each side hides something from the other, and we get so the masculine is hiding from the feminine his prayer, his meditation, his thoughts. So and this might be why he's not communicating. He's still kind of working through his emotions and his thoughts and what he kind of feels and thinks about all of this and what he wants to say, how he wants to communicate. He might be hiding, his thoughts from her right now because he's trying to plan how to best show up for her and to have that offer. What she's hiding from the divine masculine is the Ace of Swords. So she's hiding also her words, which we also saw in the communications. She's hiding clarity, the truth of what she really thinks, the words that she wants to communicate. She's not communicating them right now. So she's hiding her words as well. And let's go ahead and dive deeper. What is in the way of this connection from manifesting, from coming into union within the next 30 days? Okay, wow, we have more mirrored energy over here. We have a mirrored heart energy. We do get the Five of Pentacles. So what's in the way on the masculine side is a sense of abandonment, separation, leaving someone out in the cold. So he might be abandoning the feminine or leaving her out in the cold, or there's a feeling of separation, a feeling of not showing up for her, or a feeling of, really just feeling like he doesn't have enough to give. Because this is really a card of a scarcity mindset. So he feels like he doesn't have enough to give her, and so he's not giving her anything. And in turn, she's feeling abandoned or separated. So this is how that works. With the divine feminine, what's in the way of the connection for her is the Three of Swords in inverse. So What's in the way of the connection is the heart healing that needs to take place. And we do see the heart over here for the masculine. His hope is that, of course, that the abandonment wound can be healed, that the lies that he's believing of himself, the inner critic within himself, will be healed. His hope is that that is something that can be overcome. What's in the way of the connection from her side is that she needs you to show up with that healed heart. So in the inverse, this is healed. And this is not believing the lies, the inner critic. And so what's in the way of the connection is that you need to show up with a healed heart. You need to offer her that heart with vulnerability and openness. And that's a really hard thing to do, so it's a growth process. Okay, what do we get for actions? The actions, the actions, well, since I did draw from here, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Action space. All right, so for actions that we get toward union, so any actions that the divine masculine will be taking. So in the upright, this is her energy that she feels currently, which is holding on tightly, feeling rejected, being stingy with things, being possessive, jealous, or controlling. So the divine masculine is going to release control. He's going to try to release his jealousy, control, possessiveness. He's going to release the sense of feeling restricted. This is really a fear-based energy. He's releasing fears and feeling like he has to hold tightly to you, to the connection. And so that's what he's going through in his actions for the next 30 days. So for a lot of you, it may happen toward the end of the 30 days. For some of you, it may happen earlier. So over the course of the next 30 days on the divine feminine side, what we get for actions toward the union, hers is a redo on the table. She's welcoming a redo. She's like, okay, let's redo something, or let's redo this connection, especially if you're in separation or no contact or silence. She is in the energy of let's redo this. So we do get some energy on both sides that the two of you will be coming together or overcoming some sort of difficulty. So let's go ahead and get for future energies. And all right, so in future energies, the divine feminine is ready to make things happen. So this could be happening toward the end of the 30 days or right after the 30 days from when you get this message. So the feminine is ready to use her magic. She's ready to make things happen. This is a divine masculine energy, and she's utilizing that divine masculine energy to her benefit. And she's like, okay, let's do it. Let's move forward. Let's make things happen. I'm going to manifest you and manifest this. The divine masculine is not quite ready. We see that he is. So in the upright, this is union. It can be marriage for some in terms of twin soul connections. This is like a twin flame union energy. We have two partners here, and they're coming together. And the 4, of course, is all about those foundations, setting the foundation. But it is in the reverse. So in the future energy, the divine masculine isn't quite ready for a union. There could be a reunion, but it might be brief. Or you guys might get together, but you're not really it'll feel disaligned. You're not really taking the steps forward just yet. And that can be from fear from one or the other side. There's a lot of mirroring that takes place. And so then the fear is repeated or projected and then mirrored again. And it's like this circle. So, that's something to be aware of. But because it's in the reverse, it also means that in time, the energy comes upright. But it's just a matter of how long that takes. But the energy is there. So the energy is there for union, but it's just not there yet. So it's energy that is coming. So there won't be a union like in the next 40 days for the future energy, but there could be something happening after as this energy processes through the divine masculine. But this energy does take time, and depending on whether your situation, it could be moving faster or slower. So let's go ahead and see. The feminine does seem like she's like, I'm ready now, but the divine masculine plays the role in providing the foundation in the connection. And so if he's picking up from the feminine side fear or a lack of readiness, he's also going to feel not ready, and vice versa. So what do we get for our numbers? We do get 4 and 4. Wow, 4 and 4. Wow. Okay, so divine masculine, you are 8. So 8 is all about progressions. It's all about positive changes forward toward foundations. Like 2 is partnership, 4 is foundations. 4 is major foundations being created. You might be seeing 4 as confirmation this is for you. And of course 4 and 4 makes 8. It's also the symbol of infinity. So there's a strong energetic remembrance of the eternal in this connection. We also have that symbol on one of his other cards. So he gets the infinite on this card and the infinite on this card. So there's definitely a very strong sense on his energy that he is feeling the eternal quality of this connection. But also he's making positive progression forward and steps to make positive changes, because this is all about progression, and 4s are all about that foundation. And when you get 2 4s, it's all about really making progress toward the foundation. Okay, so what do we get for the feminine? We have 8 and 1, so we get a 9. All right, so her 9 is all about cycles coming to close endings. So cycles are clearing out for her. She's clearing out karmic baggage, karmic energy. We can see here, you know, she has some work to do in terms of her own self-identity, the way that she's showing up in the world, in the connection, and also some work to do in releasing the feeling of holding on tightly or stinginess or controlling things for fear that things will leave. So both of these energies are fearful energies. And so we see that she's progressing through that throughout the next 30 to 40 days. And so she's clearing out that energy. And this is a universal encouragement. It's an energy of universal support, supporting her in the process of clearing out this karmic energy. So let's see if we have anything else in the numbers. We do have a 3, a 1. This one is 17 or 8. This one is a 5, another 3. I think she's going to have a couple of 1s as well. A couple of 5s, another 1. We do have an 8, 4, and 8. Wow. So she's got 2 8s, 2 1s, 2 3s, and 2 5s. So she has a lot of numerological energy over here. She's got 2 8s, which is just replicating the 8 on the masculine side. She's progressing forward, making positive changes. She's got 2 5s, which is all about changes, facing her conflicts, facing the obstacles in life. She's got 2 1s, which is all about, you know, making those things happen, the individual strength of yourself, empowerment of yourself. And she's got 3, which is, you know, all about that community, the sense of harmony and balance of the world around her, as well as 1 and 3 are a very strong twin flame number. You know, you might be seeing 1 1, 3 3. Confirmation that this is for you. On the divine masculine side, we do get 5 4, 3 2, 2 5s, and a 9, and all right. So the masculine does get 2 5s and 2 3s. So he mirrors those numerological energies from the feminine. So his energy is also about. And I think she had exactly the same 2 cards with her 3s. She has the exact cards as you do, masculine, in terms of She has the Three of Swords and the Three of, well, no, sorry, yours is the Pentacles, hers is the Cups. Almost identical. So the threes again for the masculine is reminding him about the balance in community and harmony. You know, to get out of those karmic conflict, competition mindset and behaviors. And also, he's going through changes. Fives are all about those changes and facing those obstacles, and it might feel tense and challenges. And all of that will provide changes for you, which allows you into your 8, which is all about the progression forward. Okay, so that's what we have for you. And we're going to go ahead and draw our oracle. Our oracle advice is counsel of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. So remember that the spiritual world is always there for you, helping and guiding, and has got your back, especially in soul connections as your soul evolves and helps the collective as a whole. Thank you so much for joining, and dive on over to the You versus Them, where we get into feelings, thoughts, wants, and actions of your person for the next 30 days, and a link will be set below. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and please comment so I know what's going on in your relationship and I can connect with your energy and also read more for you. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next 30, Pisces.